Hello friends, today we will study conduction and switching losses in IGBT. In previous lecture, we have studied conduction and switching losses in a MOSFET. Now, though construction wise MOSFET and IGBT are bit different, but during calculation of losses, we can utilize exactly same formulas what we have studied, what we have used if, for a MOSFET. Okay, so before starting, let me draw the resistive switching circuit for IGBT. So we'll draw a basic circuit. For these points, I have referred a Khanchandani book. You can refer that book. Okay, so here we have applied VCC. This is VCC we have applied. Okay, voltage at, these are the three terminal. Voltage at this is VCE. Okay, collector to emitter voltage. This is VCC. This is load resistance RL. Now there can be two different waveform, one with resistive load, one with inductive load. So I will draw with resistive load only. For inductive load, I will just give you some inputs. Okay, so here I can add another resistance. Basically this is utilized for discharging. Okay, so this is the circuit. Now if I want to draw the waveform for same, which is of utmost important, see how I can draw the waveforms. Waveforms means nothing but switching characteristics. We have already studied it, but just by point of view to understand these losses, I am drawing same waveform again. Okay, so we will draw three waveform, one of IC, one of VCE and one of a VGE. Okay, so you all know that for every device there are generally two sections. One is on, three sections. One is for switching on, one is a conduction and one is a switching off. Okay, so this you know very well, this is a rise time. When current rises, then this is conduction time, it will be settled for some value. Then there will be one storage time and fall time. Okay, so fall time also can be divided into two different types. Now I can divide this waveform in such sections which we have already studied. Okay, these are the different sections I have done of the waveform. Okay. Now this is first T1, this is T2, this I can say T3, this is T4 and this is T5. Okay, what will happen with the current? Obviously when voltage what will happen with voltage, VC voltage? So when current rises, obviously voltage get drop downs. Means when switch is made on, first voltage reduces and similarly current increases. So voltage waveform I can draw it like this. See, from here voltage will reduce. Actually it will not reach to 0, there will be some minimum value. Okay, till here. And here when you wish to switch off the device, okay, when you wish to switch off the device, current will start decreasing and obviously voltage will start increasing. So this is how voltage will increase, and then there will be some constant value of the voltage until and unless your device is switched off. Okay, similarly for a gate to emitter voltage, okay, it will be like this. Gate to emitter voltage, at this point we wish to switch off the device, so it will reduces to 0. Okay, this is for resistive load. Here you can see that your rise time of a device is from 0 to, means from here to T1. Rise time is from 0 to T1. Conduction time is from T1 to T2. Okay, then your turn off delay, this is storage time. I said no, TS time, TS. Storage time means here you started to switch it off, but there due to the storage in a capacitance, okay, it takes some time to absorb the excessive polarities which is flowing. Okay, so this is the T2 to T3. This is turn off delay. Okay, this is a turn off delay. T3 to T4 is your fault time, where device started to switch off. Fault time. Again, fault time can be divided into two sections, one from T3 to T4, one from T4 to T5. Okay, the maximum collector current is IC max, ICM. Collector to emitter saturation voltage, I can see VCE saturation. Gate to emitter voltage, I can say VG. And collector to emitter power supply is a VCC, which I have shown here in a your circuit diagram. Okay, now as I said, this is for resistive circuit. If circuit would have been inductive, then what will be the change? Here instead of resistance I would have drawn inductor. Okay, that is the change. And generally for purely inductive loads, turn on losses are very small, because transistor turns on at essentially zero current each cycle. Therefore, for purely inductive load, switching losses will be determined by turn off losses. Okay, because inductor opposes sudden change in current, hence it turn on with zero current. Okay, so now let's see the losses which I have already studied. So first of all, the switching power losses are directly proportional to frequency and are independent of a duty cycle. Similarly, conduction losses proportional to duty cycle T. Okay, so here energy loss in IGBT during turn on in given by WON, energy loss turn on, VC max into IC max into T on divided by 6. Okay, now this formula already we have studied while studying losses in a MOSFET. You know it is derived from 0.637 into VC max by 2 into IC max by 2 into your T on, and you got that formula. Okay, we have studied it already. Okay, now this is energy, it will be in a joule. So if you want to find out the average power, you know the relation. Okay, so average power P1 can be calculated by this W on in by T, which also can be written as a W on into your frequency Fs. So this is how you can find out your Fs is a IGBT switching frequency. So this is how you can find out the turn on losses. Okay, turn on losses in IGBT. Similarly, what will be the turn off losses? Again, the formula is exactly similar. I also derived from the same principle. So it can be written as VC max into IC max into T off. Instead T on, we will use T off time here, divided by 6. Okay, these are the formulas. Now for conduction loss, we can directly find out the conduction loss with simple formula of power. Okay, where power equal to voltage into current. By using simple formula, we can get it. Now let's see the numerical, where we will implement all this so that we can understand it very well. So the numerical is IGBT is used with data as T on equal to 3 microsecond. Okay, then T off equal to 1.2 microsecond, duty is equal to 0.7. Okay, VC is for saturation is 2 volt, and frequency of switching is 1 kilohertz, and we need to find out conduction power loss and switching power loss during turn on and turn off. Okay, so let me draw a diagram which is given. A resistance of 10 ohm, then IGBT, and here VCC applied is of 200 volt. Now see, it is very simple to find out the losses. First is conduction loss. Conduction loss. It is given by W on into Fs. Okay. Sorry, loss is not W on. Conduction loss is simple loss when your means loss at this duration when your device is conducting. So it is simply voltage into current. So I can say conduction loss equal to voltage at the time of conduction, which is nothing, it works in a saturation region. So Vc is saturation into current, average current. Okay, so I can say Ic average, and by this formula, let's put values in the formula. Okay, so it will be saturation voltage is 2. Okay, and average current is 13. Actually average current we need to calculate it by multiplying your load current, average load current into duty cycle. So we can't directly find out conduction loss until unless we get this value. So let's calculate first this, then we can find out conduction loss. So how to find it out? See here. IC max. Okay, IC max here. See how you find out collector current here. Can I say it is this voltage minus this VC voltage divided by the resistance, right? Simple case here. Okay, this voltage minus this voltage divided by the resistance will give you the IC maximum collector current. Let's see. So I can say VCC minus VC divided by RL. So VCC given is a 200 minus